thank you all also. Appreciate you coming. I marvel at your interest. I know when I was in college, it was a struggle to get me to come to forums, especially over lunch. So you coming is really a testimony to your dedication and to your desire to know more about the political system. I just want to tell you about 6 or 8 months ago, I wasn't any different than you, other than a little bit older. I was sitting, listening to the news, watching Congress, watching the government act, and it got to the point that I got so discouraged, I got fed up, I got disillusioned with all the spending, all the taxes, all the different names they were using, stimulus, just for another spending bill. It was just a way that the government was getting out of control with excessive spending, and they didn't represent the values that I held here in Wisconsin. So I decided to get out of my seat, just like you guys are in, get up and do something significant. So that's why I decided to run for Congress. I'm a radiologist, a physician, been a radiologist for 30 years. I retired almost 3 years ago, so when I made this decision, I was retired already. So I had the time to do this, and I had the passion. And like you folks, you'll get a passion to do something in life, whether it's going to history or whether it's going to medicine or whether it's going to whatever profession, but you'll get a passion. And when you get that passion, what I want you to do is run with that passion and keep that passion. Don't lose it. And don't worry about people saying, oh, you can't do it, you can't win. You can do anything you want to do because you're able to do it. So I want to say that I'm running because I don't believe the people in Washington represent us. They don't represent you. They don't represent me. They're not fulfilling the dreams of the people here in Wisconsin. We have a $12 trillion debt, which if you divide that among all the people, it means every one of you owes $40,000 already. Every woman, child, man, $40,000 if you want to pay off that debt. And that debt's going to escalate to 20 trillion, by 2020. We have a budget which is out of control. We have, a health care plan we're going to talk about that's also out of control. And the only way we can get this under control is if we have people in Washington who have conservative values, who believe you can't spend more than you make, and who want to listen to the people in their district. Now, as a doctor for 30 years, I learned a few things. First, I learned you have to build trust. If you don't trust your doctor, or if you don't trust your patients, you can't accomplish anything. People would come to me with ailments. I was a radiologist, so I would do procedures on them, and they wanted to know that I could give them the right answer. They wanted to trust me. And I did that for 30 years, and I know how to get the trust in people's confidence. And I want you folks, when you go home, and other people, to learn to trust me as well. Because you have to trust your congressman. The problem with Steve Kagan, one of the problems is no one trusts him. He'll say one thing, and he'll do something else. I see some shaking heads here, because you all know that's true. He'll patronize you, he'll have a town hall meeting, he'll listen to you, yes, he takes notes, then he goes back to Washington, and he votes entirely in concert with the Democratic Party. And he doesn't listen to us. So what I want to do is I want to go to Washington as an outsider. I'm not a career politician. I've never held a seat in the state representative, as a representative. I'm going to go to Washington to represent you folks, your parents, your relatives, so that when you see me vote, you think that I'm voting for what you want, not for what Nancy Pelosi wants, or not what the Democratic Party wants. So my goal, again, is to be the best representative I can of the people, to have your interests at heart, to use my experience in life. I've also been in the military. I'm a veteran. I was a doctor in the Air Force. I was a major, so I can have that experience to bring to Washington as well, and I expect to bring that discipline with me.